Good morning, everybody. Live from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. It is day number 1 of the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Championship Tournament. Live on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Alongside Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow, Tyler Huey doing the producing for us on this beautiful Friday morning. 4 games on the docket for you today as we are getting set and ready for game number 1. It'll be featuring the number 5-seeded Hornets of Northern Vermont University-Lyndon out of the East Division, and the number 4-seeded Terriers of Thomas College, also out of the East Division. Moons, playoff softballs return to O'Keefe Field for the first time in nearly a year, and we are back to the old pre-COVID format, double elimination tournament. It's going to be a great weekend.
Oh, certainly. This weekend, you couldn't have asked for a better environment being here, as well as the weather. Luckily, both teams is a little sunny, so of course some of the outfielders might have some complaints, but a lot better than pouring rain.
And the fantastic weather is supposed to continue throughout all 3 days this weekend. We're going to see, of course, temperatures are going to be approaching the mid-60s today, low 60s tomorrow, and on Sunday as well. As we're going to send it down to Becky Bubar for pregame announcements.
Softball Championship Tournament. This first game features the visiting Hornets from Northern Vermont University-Lyndon and the home Terriers from Thomas College. To meet the starting lineups for this contest, first for the Hornets. Leading off a junior from Morrisville, Vermont at second base, number 1, Amber Everett. Batting second, a freshman from Bethel, Vermont, in center field, number 5, Blake Southworth. Batting third, a freshman from Somersworth, New Hampshire, at third base, number 7, Sierra Anderson. Batting fourth, a freshman from Howell, New Jersey, catching, number 24, Clyde Knapp. Batting fifth, a junior from St. Johnsbury, Vermont, at shortstop, number 15, Selena Porter. Batting sixth, a sophomore from Lyndon, Vermont, pitching, number 22, Vicki Valentine. Batting seventh, a freshman from Derby, Vermont, at first base, number 25, Ryan Forden. Batting eighth, a freshman from Lynbrook, New York, in right field, number 21, Lauren Siciliano. Batting ninth, a freshman from Lyndon, Vermont, in left field, number 16, Jordan Adams. Head coach for the Hornets, Kevin Valentine, assisted by P. Everett. And now the starting lineup for the Thomas Terriers. Leading off a senior from Cumberland, Maine, at third base, number 2, Kelsey Currier. Batting second, a senior from West Paris, Maine, in center field, number 13, N.F.P. Rynan. Batting third, a senior from Northampton, Maine, catching, number 10, Bayley Dunphy. Batting fourth, a junior from Bridgeton, Maine, at shortstop, number 12, Maddie Rock. Batting fifth, a senior from Brooklyn, New York, the designated player, number 33, Claudia Migliaccio. Batting sixth, a sophomore from Seekonk, Massachusetts, at second base, number 6, Kaylee Fonseca. Batting seventh, a junior from Holland, Vermont, at first base, number 24, Casey Champney. Batting eighth, the first year from Bristol, Connecticut, in right field, number 27, Riley Giblin. Batting ninth, the first year from Peyton, Colorado, in left field, number 35, Cheyenne Simpson. The mound for the Terriers, a sophomore from Belgrade, Maine, number 20, Jordan Devine. Terriers head coach, Allie Kriegel, assisted by Cassie Connicagiani. This time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats, directing your attention to the flag in center field for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we are just about set and ready to go from O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. Once again, joined alongside by Alex Mooney. I'm Ethan Snow. Day number 1 of our 3-day North Atlantic Conference Softball Championship Tournament. Game number 1 on the docket, the 5-seeded Hornets of Lyndon and the 4-seeded Terriers of Thomas College. Winner takes on Husson University, the 1 seed at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And we're going to take a look at our players to watch. We'll start on the side of the Lyndon Hornets. And the Hornets, they don't have the biggest roster in the conference, but they certainly have a lot of talent and a lot of power. And it all starts around Selena Porter, a junior out of St. Johnsbury, Vermont, 34 of 81, 10 doubles, 3 home runs, 26 RBI for a 420 batting average, a 424 on base percentage, and a 654 slugging percentage, leading this this Lyndon lineup.
Yeah, and one thing too, she does a great job at leading this core group of first years. Lyndon, of course, having only about 5 upperclassmen on their team, and she does a great job taking the reins to be able to make sure the direction they need to be guided in.
And, of course, we take a look at the side of the Terriers, who also feature a lot of power on their lineup. We're going to take a look at Bayley Dunphy, a graduate student from North Anson, Maine, 44 of 96, 7 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 21 RBI, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts for a 458 average and a 625 slugging percentage. Safe to say she's going to lead this Terriers lineup as she has all season long to a 8-2 conference record.
Yeah, and you just mentioned it right there. She has led this team majority of the way, and it is proven, too. You can tell that she is in her grad year by the example that she sets for this team. It'll be an interesting matchup, and we'll have to see who'll hit the ball and slug it better.
For the Terriers, getting the start in the circle for this game number 1 will be Jordan Devine, a sophomore from Belgrade, made 16 appearances, 11 starts, 5 complete games, 53.2 innings pitched, 81 hits, 54 runs, 49 of those earned for an 8.22 ERA, 21 strikeouts. As she will see Amber Everett for the first time today to get game number 1 underway. Devine in, Everett in. Here's the first offering, and it just misses. It finds the outside half for strike 1, and the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament is underway. No balls in a strike count for Everett. The pitch goes high over her head, and the count is even in a ball to strike.
Everett's going to have to be careful. Devine loves those off-speed pitches.
Everett, Blake Southworth, Sierra Anderson all due up to in this top of the first inning. Here's the 1-1, and that one misses high and away. Ball 2. 2 balls to the strike for Everett. Lyndon this season, 17-11 overall, a 6-4 conference campaign. They were the 3 seed in the East Division and were reseeded to the 5. As Everett swings and misses, and the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Devine cranking up that speed a little bit, threw Everett off on that one.
Lyndon and Thomas met twice this year. Thomas got the sweep as the 2-2 misses high and low and away. Count is full. 10-5 and 21-2. Thomas over Lyndon last Saturday, April 30th. The 3-2. Outside ball 4, and Everett's on with a leadoff walk. And just like that, Lyndon trying to draw first blood in this championship tournament.
And that's going to be key if you're Lyndon right here. You're going to want to be able to get it while you can. While the mistakes from Thomas are offered, they can't pass up opportunities like that one.
Blake Southworth steps in now, first year from Bethel, Vermont. Here's the first offer from Devine. Misses high, ball 1. Southworth, 27-91, 6 doubles, 25 RBI for a 297 batting average. 429 slugging percentage as well. Starting in center field today, the 1-0. Finds the zone, strike 1, and the count is even.
We'll see if Devine will keep an eye on Everett over there at first, as Lyndon has 62 stolen bases on the year.
Southworth in. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Nobody out, top of the first. Amber Everett on after the leadoff walk. Southworth in with the ball, 2-strike count. Devine in the circle for the Terriers. The 1-2. Swung on a pop foul right side and out of play. Southworth fights that one off.
Some good contact right there from Southworth. However, Devine wanted her to chase a little bit. I think it threw her off when she was able to hit that barrel on the bat.
So a ball and 2 strikes. Devine in. The pitch. Swung on, and this was lined foul right over the Eagles' dugout. And Southworth fights another one off. Game 1, the opening game of this 2022 North Atlantic Conference softball tournament. 6-team tournament. This is the 4-5 matchup. The 1-2 from Devine. Swing on and missed for strike number 3. And the first out of the game goes to Southworth on strikes. As Sierra Anderson will step in now. Anderson get the start at third base today. 29 of 81, 10 doubles, 14 RBI for a .358 batting average. Was named Conference Rookie of the Week all the way back the week of March 14th as she swings and misses at the first offering. That was the first weekly award for a Lyndon Hornets softball player since 2014. Divine in, here's the 0-1. So this one's lined right into the glove of Maddie Rock. Throw on to first in time, and they double him off. And that's how the side is retired. No runs scored. We enter the bottom half of the first. The Terriers due up. As we're going to take, before we go to break, we'll take a look at it here. Anderson lined it right into the glove. Taking off was Everett, and a great stretch made by Casey Champney. Bottom of the first coming up. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University, 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Number 5 Hornets and the number 4 Terriers in game number 1 on this Friday morning. Alongside Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow. Kelsey Courier steps in to lead things off in the bottom half of this first inning for the Terriers. Vicky Valentine in the circle for the Hornets. Valentine this year, 22 appearances, 19 starts. 16-6 record, 17 complete games, 123.1 innings pitched, 160 hits, 115 runs, 58 strikeouts, 11 home runs for a 5.85 ERA. Here's the 1-0 to Courier. It finds the zone, strike 1.
And despite Courier having 27 hits on the year, she's remaining patient at this at-bat.
The pitch. Swung on, and this one is popped into left field. Raging under it is Jordan Adams. She has the grab, and Courier is retired, and there's one away in this bottom half of the first.
Great out right there from Linden. A little routine pop fly over to Adams. But Courier, some great contact, just not enough oomph on the ball.
Edda Purainen steps in now, center fielder today for the Terriers. Purainen, 27 of 72, 5 doubles, 12 RBIs for a .375 batting average as she takes ball 1 high. It'll be Courier, Purainen, Bayley Dunphy all due up in this bottom half of the first inning. The 1-0. That one finds the zone, strike 1, and the count is even.
Ryan surprise holding off on that one. Typically in that zone where she likes it, right down the mid.
Valentine in, has her sign, sets, delivers. Misses low and inside, ball 2.
This Thomas batting lineup so far, they're remaining disciplined, not chasing outside of the zone.
Terriers only suffered 2 in-conference losses this year, one of them being to Husson, the 2-1. So on, and this one is popped right side and lands foul, and the count is even. Terriers finished up the overall campaign at even 15-15. You lost to Husson 2-0 in game one of a doubleheader split a couple weekends ago. They also lost to Farmington 4-3 in their second conference game of the year. Finished off the season strong, winning 7 straight. Here's the 2-2. So on a grounded foul, left side.
This is a crucial play right here for both teams. If you're Thomas, if you're able to get this on base for Piranen, it's a chance to start your offense. But if you're Lyndon, helps you take care of business, make one more out closer to finishing out.
Terriers, last year's East Division runners-up when it was a best-of-3 series in the East to advance to the conference title. Here's the 2-2. High for ball 3, and the count is full for Piranen. Piranen back in. Valentine has her sign. Sets the 3-2. Swung on, and this one is popped left side into shallow center field, and it drops in for a base hit. It'll be a one-out single for Anna Piranen, and the Terriers have their first base runner of the day.
Looked like a little miscommunication right there between Adams, Southworth, and Porter. I think Southworth called off Porter for a second, but it looked like she was going to be able to grab it. Instead, it drops, gets the single on for Piranen.
That'll bring up Bayley Dunphy. We talked about her pregame, 44-96, 7 doubles, 3 triples, and a home run for a .458 batting average, slugging .625 as she swings, and it'll be a bunt. Could be played by Valentine. Throw to first in time, and Dunphy is out, but does the job, moves up the base runner, and the Terriers have a runner in scoring position with 2 out at the bottom of the first.
Yeah, great dig right there from Piranen to be able to get to first. Dunphy allowing scoring position. But if you're Lyndon, good job by Valentine to be able to take care of business instead of having 2 on. Now you just got 1 on at second.
So that'll bring up Maddie Rock. Steps in for the first time today, plays shortstop today for the Terriers. Here's the first offering from Valentine. She shows bunt, misses.
Piranen almost getting a little too ahead of herself. Almost found herself in a pickle from Knapp.
1 on, 2 out, bottom of the first, no score. Valentine in. The 1-0. Swung on and grounded foul left side. And the count is even, a ball and a strike. Ball and a strike. Valentine in, the pitch. Swung on and grounded foul left side again. And the count is 1-2 for Rock.
Rock chasing a little bit high right in the zone. Both times it's caused her to hook it over on that left side line.
Rock, 24 of 85, 8 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs this season. She swings and grounds this one left side. It's going to be fielded by Porter. Throw on to first in time, and that retires the side. Terriers leave one stranded. No score. We head to the top of the second. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Championship on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. Top of the second inning, game 1 of this 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament. Alongside Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow. The 5-seeded Hornets and the 4-seeded Terriers. Winner takes on the 1-seeded Husson Eagles at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Divine in, first offering to Claudia Knapp, misses high and away, ball 1. Claudia Knapp, a first year from Howell, New Jersey, 30 of 88, 8 doubles, 7 home runs, 25 RBI for a .341 average. As she swings and fouls off the pitch to the backstop. A ball and a strike on the count.
The thing that you were noting most, that slugging percentage. When she gets a hold of it, that ball can leave this park.
Knapp, a .670 slugging percentage. Here's the 1-1. High and away, ball 2. Knapp, right up there in the ranks. Top 3 in the NAC and home runs. Here's the 2-1 in the dirt. And the count is 3 balls and a strike for Knapp. It'll be Claudia Knapp, Selena Porter, Vicky Valentine all due up. The pitch. Well, this one's going to be pop foul right into the window of the press box off to our right.
I almost took out the camera on that one. Holy.
I don't know how strong this glass is. Looks fairly strong, but can't imagine it could take too many more hits than that. Here's the 3-2. So this one's lined right to Rock on the bounce. She throws on to first in time. And that retires Claudia Knapp 1 away in the top of the second.
Tell you what, this could be a defensive matchup so far. A couple balls swung right over to Rock over at shortstop there. She's taking care of business every time.
Selena Porter steps in, shortstop today for the Hornets. Porter, 34 of 81, 10 doubles, 3 home runs, 26 RBI for 420 average. As she swings and fouls this one to the left side out of play. 1 strike on Porter. No score in game number 1. Game number 2 gets started at approximately 10 o'clock. We'll see a 3-6 matchup as this one's grounded left side, fielded by Courier. Throw on to first in time. And that is 2 up and 2 down for the Hornets. 2 out in the top of the second.
And if you're Lyndon, can't hang your head too much. You've had a difficult time putting people on the base. However, they've been making great contact with the ball. If they can put it into the gaps, things could turn differently in their favor.
That'll send up the pitcher, Vicky Valentine, to the plate. 24-76, 6 doubles, 19 RBI for a 316 average as she takes ball 1 from Devine. Here's the 1-0. And this one is sent into right center field. Under it is Perinen, and she makes the grab. And that is 3 up and 3 down for Lyndon. We head to the bottom of the second. No score. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back top half of the bottom half of the second inning on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Game 1 of the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament. Alongside Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow. Beautiful Friday morning for some softball. As will be Claudia Migliaccio comes up and she swings and lines this one into right field, down the right field line. She takes a turnaround first. That's all she will get, and it's a leadoff single for Migliaccio.
Good fielding right there for Siciliano over in right field, but Migliaccio, that hit just hugged that line, and I thought I was going to keep going all the way to the warning track, but Siciliano says, I got it, stay at first.
So that'll send up Kaylee Fonseca, plays second base today. She puts down a bunt, and it goes foul, as it was a bunt and run on the play. It'll be an 0-1 count for Fonseca. Her 2022 regular season was 13 of 59, a home run, 4 walks for a 220 average, 270 on base percentage for 271 slugging. As she puts down another bunt, this time it goes fair. It's going to be picked up by Anderson. Throw to first, goes off the glove of Ryan Fortin. That set's going to put runners on the corners with nobody out in this bottom half of the second. And the Terriers have their first threat of the day.
And on that one right there, Fortin just not able to corral it a little bit. You can see Everett saying, hey, take a breath. This Lyndon defense has done a good job at preventing errors so far, but they can't have any more things like that go their way.
Casey Champney, a senior from Holland, Vermont, to the plate now. She's a big threat as she swings, and she's going to pop this one up into shallow center field. And the catch can't be made out there. A run is going to score. Runner moves up to second, and the Terriers have the first lead of the day on an error for Blake Southworth, who could not make the grab out in center.
If you're Lyndon, back-to-back errors right there. You've got to clean it up if you want to be able to capitalize on this game.
So a couple of unearned runs for Vicky Valentine. And stepping in now will be Riley Giblin, playing right field today for the Terriers. The first offering swung on the line, foul down the left field line. It should be down 0-1. Terriers with a 1-0 lead in this bottom half of the second inning off back-to-back errors from this Lyndon lineup. Valentine in. The 0-1. Gets the outside half, strike two to Riley Giblin.
It's a big face-off right here between Valentine and Giblin. If Valentine's able to get this out, could spring some momentum back on defensive side of things.
Giblin, a first year, a double and a home run this year. She swings the lines 1 and 2 left field. Raging down to make the grab, and that can't be made out there in left. Rounding third will bring home another run. And 3 consecutive errors for Lyndon makes it a 2-0 Terriers lead.
Tough break right there for Lyndon. Now 3 errors in a row. And Valentine doing what she can on the mound. However, not getting too much help from her defensive side of things.
So mark that 3 errors in this one so far. From Blake Southworth, Ryan Fortin, and now Jordan Adams in the left, who could not make the grab on the run. Brings home another run for the Terriers. Still nobody out in this bottom half of the second inning. So it'll be Cheyenne Simpson coming to the plate in the 9 spot for the Terriers. Simpson, 17 of 66, a double, a triple, 4 RBI for a 258 average. Valentine in, the pitch. She shows bunt, gets it down in fair territory. Valentine comes up with it, and she's got nowhere to go with it. Simpson bunts her way on, and now the bases are loaded for the Terriers with nobody out and a chance to really blow this game wide open early.
Yeah, this up bat, it could be the make or break with Devine and Valentine going up once another. Devine struggled a little bit on the season. She's got a great opportunity to help her team out.
That brings it back to the top of the order. Kelsey Courier, who flew out to left her last time up, as she swings and fouls this one off in front of the plate.
Courier, too, popped it out over by Adams in left field last time. She's able to get it over there.
Batting .318 in the regular season, 8 RBI, 10 doubles. With a big chance here, bases loaded, nobody out with Terriers. Here's the pitch. High and away, ball 1. Bases loaded with Terriers, bottom of the second. Valentine in. The 1-1. This one's lined into left field, base hit. 1 run's going to score. The brakes are held on for Giblin. There's an RBI single for Kelsey Courier. It's a 3-0 lead. Champney scores on the play. Courier has an RBI single. Anna Perina now up. She singled on her last time up in the bottom half of the first. Here's the first offering. That one misses high and away, ball 1.
And if you're Lyndon, you've got to try and take care of business. You have no outs right now. Get the force out at home and move on from there.
It's Valentine in. The 1-0. That one finds the zone, strike 1, and the count is even. Big spot here for Vicky Valentine. Bases loaded, still nobody out in this bottom half of the second. The Terriers have played at 3 so far. The pitch. in the dirt, ball 2.
Valentine keeps trying to hit that low inside part of the zone. Looks like she's trying to have him be able to hook it towards third for that force out at home.
Valentine in. The 2-1. On. This one's grounded left side. Bobbled by Porter. Throw on to first in time. And they do get an out, but it'll be bring home another run. And it'll make it a 4-0 lead in favor of the Terriers. But a much-needed first out of the inning for the Hornets as Giblin scores on the play. Runners move up to second and third, and it will be 1 out for Bayley Dunphy.
This is probably the last person you want to see with 2 runners in scoring position at the plate.
The first offering up in the grill of Dunphy. It'll be ball number 1. Had a sacrifice Bonner last time up in the first. The 8th batter to come to the plate this inning. 1-0 misses low in the dirt outside. Ball 2.
Dunphy realizes Valentine trying to make her chase. Dunphy says, I'm not having it. Give it in the zone.
2-0 count for Dunphy. Bottom of the second, runners on second and third, 1 out. The pitch. She shows bunt again, gets it down fair. Valentine charges. Nowhere to go. They're going to try to score a run, and she's safe. Taking off for second is Dunphy, and she's going to be there. And the Hornets, not really sure how, the Hornets weren't sure what to do right there. And it makes it 5-0 in favor of the Terriers.
And you can see Valentine having a little bit of a disagreement with a couple other Hornets on her team. Just caught sleeping on that opportunity. Could have had the force out and tagged out, but gets blown right by.
Cheyenne Simpson came in and beat the tag. Maddie Rock to the plate. Swings, and she lifts this one pretty well in left field, and that is going to be in fair territory. 1 run's going to score, 2 runs are going to score, and it's an RBI double. No, she's going to keep on throwing. Here's the throw down to third, and she's safe. She beat the tag down at third. And it'll be an RBI triple for Maddie Rock, and it's a 7-0 lead for the Terriers.
And if you're Lyndon, this all started out with that first error on Fonseca. Then they had the second with Champney. Then the third with Giblin. It just piled off of those 3 up bats, and you can now see the frustration is really starting to get to these Hornets lineup.
That'll bring up the 10th batter of the inning for the Terriers. Claudia Migliaccio, who led off the inning. She reached on the E3 and eventually scored, and she takes ball 1 from Valentine. All Terriers this inning. Here's the pitch, and that one misses ball 2.
And if you're Migliaccio, you've got all the time in the world. Take a breath, relax. These Terriers have really been pounding the brakes on them now.
The pitch swung on and grounded left side, fielded by Fortin, and she's going to put the tag on Migliaccio. That'll put 2 out and force Rock back to third, but a much-needed second out for the Hornets.
Smart play right there from Fortin. Getting the force out, also keeping an eye on Rock over at third, not letting her pile in more runs.
Kylie Fonseca to the plate for the second time this inning. Reached on an error and eventually scored on an error. The first offering from Valentine in the dirt. Good stop made by Knapp. It'll be ball 1. One on the count for Fonseca. The pitch. That one in the dirt, ball 2.
One thing if you're Lyndon, can't allow any more runs. You still could get back in it. You got some power hitters on your team. You got to take care of the defensive side.
3-0 count for Fonseca now. Runner on third for the Terriers, 2 out. As it has been a 5-hit, 3-error inning. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 high, and Fonseca takes her base on 4 consecutive pitches. And the runners are on the corners with 2 out in the bottom half of the second.
Valentine keeps trying to have people chase outside of the zone. Got to stay disciplined. You have 2 outs under your belt right now. Don't be afraid to throw some in the zone.
So that will bring up Casey Champney, who reached on an error and eventually scored. Here's the pitch. Ball on the ground, it's foul left side. Oh, 1 count for Champney. Valentine in the pitch. That one finds the zone, strike 2.
Valentine, great job right there. Not forcing Champney to chase. Being disciplined and actually putting it within the zone. Having some confidence within herself now.
The 0-2 just misses high and away, ball 1. Valentine still the kid of the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Runners on the corners for the Terriers. 2 out, bottom of the second. The pitch. Swung on, and this one's fouled off right in front of the plate. And Champney stays alive for another pitch. Valentine in. The pitch. That one bounced to the dirt. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Champney a little disappointed on that pitch. You could see her load that back leg. She was looking for a power hit right there.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2. The pitch. Swung on, and this one's shot left side, fielded by Anderson. Throw on to first in time. And the side is retired. It's a 7-run inning for the Terriers. They have lead at 7-0. We're into the top half of the third. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Top of the third inning from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. It's the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Alongside Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow. A 7-run inning for the Terriers has them a 7-0 lead. Early on in this one, as it'll be Ryan Fortin steps in to lead things off in this top half of the third. She swings and fouls this one to the right side out of play. Strike number 1. It'll be Ryan Fortin, Lauren Siciliano, and Amber Everett due up this inning for the Hornets. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and this one's grounded right back at Jordan Devine. She throws on to first in time, and that retires Fortin 1 away in this top half of the third.
And if you're Lyndon, you've got to have someone, whoever's that fire starter on that team, to be able to spark some belief, get some momentum going their way. Because we saw on the defensive side, there's a little bit of bickering between this Hornets unit.
Lauren Siciliano steps in for the first time today as he swings and fouls that one off to the right side out of play. 13-72, 2 doubles, 10 RBI, 22 strikeouts for a .181 average for the first year from Lynbrook, New Jersey. She has an 0-1 count. Jordan Devine in the circle in her third inning of work for the Terriers. The pitch. This is low and away, ball 1.
The pitching we've been seeing from Devine so far, she's just been prolific on the mound.
The 1-1. This is inside. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And that evens up the count, 2-2.
Big appearance right here for Siciliano.
Siciliano, right field today for the Hornets. There's the 2-2. Swung on. This one's lined into left field. Man down for a base hit. Picked on the run by Simpson. And it's a one-out single for Siciliano. A much-needed base hit. That'll bring it back up to the top of the order. Amber Everett. Everett walked her first time up. It was the second out of an inning-ending double play in the first. Divine in. Sign, sets, delivers. Everett tries to get a bunt down, but it lands right in front of the plate. Correction, it'll be Jordan Adams in, back in the 9 spot. Jordan Adams, 12 of 42, 2 doubles, a home run for 286 average, as that'll be strike number 1 on Adams.
Adams, too, if she can be able to force it to the top of the order, could spark a lot of brewing right there.
She swings and misses at the 0-2 pitch. And that's 2 away in this top half of the third. As now, it'll come back to the top of the order. For Amber Everett, walked and was the second out of an inning double play of the first. Here's the first offer. That one misses low and away, ball 1.
Everett showing the discipline, trying to be able to brew a two-out rally for this Lyndon unit.
So ball, no strikes, the pitch. Well, this one's popped up left side. Under it is Courier. She makes the grab right on the left field line, and that retires the side. The Hornets leave one stranded. We head to the bottom half of the third. Terriers 7-0. Go on to the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University, with the Terriers leading it 7-0 over the 5-seeded Hornets of Northern Vermont University at Lyndon, alongside Alex Moody and Ethan Snow. Riley Giblin stepping in for the second time today to lead off this bottom of the third. She reached on an error her last time up and eventually scored. Here's the first offering from Vicky Valentine. This one's swung set on the left field, but it's going to land in foul territory. It'll be a long strike number 1 for Riley Giblin.
Man, that was a moonshot right there. If she's able to put that into fair territory, that's a dangerous ball to be flirting with.
So it'll be 0-1 on the count for Giblin. Cheyenne Simpson, Kelsey Courier all due up this inning for the Terriers. Valentine in, has her sign, sets. The 0-1. That one just misses ball 1, and the count is even.
That one just slightly too high for Giblin. She had to fight off the temptation on that one.
Ball to strike. Valentine in. The pitch. That one bounced to the dirt. 2 balls to the strike.
That one hit between 2 ankle pads on Knapp. It's kind of pinballed around as she was looking for it.
2-1 count for Giblin. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the third. The pitch. On a grounded left side. Picked by Anderson, throwing a first in time. And Giblin is retired. That's 1 away in this bottom half of the third inning.
Yeah, good grab right there from Anderson, getting the glove down in the dirt, being able to rope it right over to Fortin. Little routine play for there over there at third.
So that'll set up Cheyenne Simpson, who singled and scored back in the second inning. As part of that 7-run inning the Terriers had. Bang in the 9 spot for Thomas. Here's the first offering from Valentine. That one high, ball number 1.
That one definitely slipped away from Valentine right there. You could see the second it left her hand. Or just getting that little, oh no.
Simpson playing left field today for the Terriers. The 1-0 check swing. They say she offered at it, so it'll be a ball and a strike.
Valentine fooling Simpson right there, putting a little drop on the ball right at the end. Being able to change it up for her.
Nobody on, 1 out, 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing on, check swing, goes foul left side. Ball and 2 strikes for Cheyenne Simpson. Winner of this first game plays Husson this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Loser advances into the loser's bracket, which starts tomorrow. Here's the 1-2. One on and a soft grounder right side. It goes foul. And Simpson stays alive.
Simpson, despite having a couple hiccups with those check swings, she's staying in on this count, trying to keep the momentum on the offensive side for the Terriers.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing on, and this one is sent in the left field. Head down for a base hit. Adams keeps it in front of her, throws it on in, and it's a 1-out single for Cheyenne Simpson.
A little blooper right there from Simpson. Adams doing a great job on not overrunning that. Thought about the dive. Said, hey, let's drop in. Let's keep her at first and not have any more errors.
So it brings it back to the top of the order. Kelsey Courier, 1 of 2 today. Flew out to left in the first inning. Had an RBI single back in the second. Here's the first offering. Swung on the ground to left side. Through for a base hit. Rounding second is Simpson. She's going to try for 3. Adams has trouble out there. Gathering it up. They do get it in, but it ends up being a 2-base at-bat for Kelsey Courier, who ends up at second. And just like that, the Terriers have 2 in scoring position with 1 out.
And that was a rocket from Courier. Just went right between Porter and Anderson, both of them hitting the deck, trying to be able to get the stretch. Instead, Adams has to try and make the play over and left.
So we'll say what we'll look to see who they score it as, and now looks like we're going to get a change. We are going to get a change by the looks of it. That might do it for. Oh, it looks like we are going to get a substitute. Jordan Adams is going to come off from left. Moving from right, it will be Siciliano. And we will have a new right fielder for the Hornets. It'll be number 6, Samantha Valentine, going out to right field. So Jordan Adams with a couple of errors on left. That'll do it for her this game. Something you don't see very often, Moons, a substitute in the field in the middle of an inning like that.
One thing, too, to note, I was going to say you don't see as often. Typically, you see players use a rosin bag trying to get some more grip. Valentine instead was rolling a softball down the dirt to try and get some more grip on that. See if that helps her out and does her any favors.
So Siciliano in now takes over in left field. Samantha Valentine comes out to right. Jordan Adams is off.
Now in right field for the Hornets, number 6, Samantha Valentine.
So that'll make way for Anna Perinen. 1 of 2 today. Single in the first, grounded out to shortstop last inning. As Valentine fires strike 1 to Perinen.
Perinen, too, lethal hitter. 2 runners in scoring position. You can tell she's got her head on a swivel for this one.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the third for the Terriers. Looking to go ahead by 8 or more. Here's the pitch, swung on and popped to the backstop. And Perinen will stay alive. Bayley Dunphy on deck.
One thing Valentine, too, I think that could benefit her a little bit. She threw a couple more off-speed pitches to make these guys become more aware.
Here's the 0-2. Swayon, and this one's popped to the backstop again, and Perinen putting up a good battle here for the Terriers, looking to add more runs. Looking to push it across that 8-run threshold. Of course, for those unaware, in Division III softball, 8 runs after 5 innings results in a mercy rule. Here's the 0-2. Swayon, a ground to the left side, picked by Anderson. Throw on to first. It is bobbled by Fortin. And looking to take second now is going to be Perinen. And that's going to score another run. So the Terriers playing mind games with the Hornets. That's about the only way I can describe it, was just playing the mind games with them. And they ended up scoring 2 runs on the play. And they have a 9-0 lead.
If you're Anderson right there on third, you have the open tag on third right there instead of forcing that pickle between third and home to be able to get the furthest runner out. They let Thomas get that first run, bobble over at first on the stretch, then 2 runs end up piling in from Piran and St.
So I don't even know what to score that. I have no idea where you begin to score that play, but regardless, it results in a 9-0 lead for the Terriers.
On that one, too, it looked like they were going to have a potential to force some type of double play, and instead they come out with no outs on that one.
As it'll be Bayley Dunphy to the plate. She swings and misses. At the second offering from Valentine. She's down on the count 1-1. Dunphy singled and eventually scored last inning in the second, and she's going to put on a bunt here. Throw down to third. First, not in time, and there's runners on the corners with 1 out in this bottom half of the third.
And if you're Dunphy, she has shown she has tremendous speed under those legs. She bunts it. She has no fear of being out over at first.
So the Terriers looking for another big inning as they are looking to really take complete control. As now, Hornets head coach Kevin Valentine coming out to have another chat. Looks like we're going to have possibly another change. So he's coming out, maybe he's coming out to argue a ruling here. As now the umpires are going to converge. I'm not sure. I don't even know where to begin with this one, Moons.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think we're right there amongst the fans that are in attendance here that showing a little bit of confusion on this little talk over here from the 3 umps. But if you're Lyndon, you had at one point it looked like it was going to be a defensive matchup. Now, trying to be able to minimize these errors that they have been faced with has just been almost too much, and it's allowed these Terriers to just blow the lead wide open.
So a long conversation here between the umpires.
I think it's an argument for just Dunphy being safe. I think the controversy that was that first base coach had signaled to the ump safe for Dunphy. I don't think Coach Valentine is too pleased on that one.
Well, regardless, Maddie Rock comes to the plate. Had the RBI, was scored an RBI double. She shows bunt. Missed it, but offered at it, so it'll be strike 1 for Rock. Had the RBI, 2 RBI double, and ended up advancing to third, was stranded there last inning. Still only 1 out in this bottom half of the third. Here's the pitch. That one misses high. Ball to strike.
One thing if you're Valentine, too, you see that Rock clearly wants to bunt, throw it down the mid, try and get the force out.
Valentine looks in, has her sign, sets the pitch. So this one's going to be popped out of play and over the press box. It'll be a ball, 2 strikes on the count for Rock. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom half of the third inning for the Terriers with a 9-0 lead. Now looking for more. The pitch. That one in the dirt. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Rock. 1 out this inning. Valentine in, waits for a sign, sets. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 3, and the count is full. Valentine at risk of walking the bases loaded.
Valentine, she's been trying to put it on that inside bottom corner, but she's really been struggling by putting it in the dirt.
The 3-2. Misses inside, ball 4, and Rock shots to first, and the bases are loaded again for the Terriers. With only 1 out in this bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Valentine tried to put it in that bottom left corner once again. She's just having a really hard time painting it right there. Each time, typically losing that battle with the batter.
Claudia Migliaccio steps in now. Heard the first offering to her, misses for ball 1. Migliaccio singled her first time up and eventually scored. Grounded out the third base unassisted last inning as well. She came up twice. And she'll have a 2-0 count.
Valentine can see the frustration a little bit from her right there. Kind of losing that touch of our game.
The 2-0. Swung on, and this one's popped foul right side out of play. 2 balls and a strike.
One thing to note, though, too, despite some of these pitches being down in the dirt, Knapp has done a good job at keeping the ball in front down in the catcher spot.
Migliaccio back in. Here's the 2-1. Way outside for ball number 3. It'll be a hitter's count. A big pitch coming here for Valentine. Ball 4 brings home a run to make it a 10-0 lead. Valentine in. The 3-1. Finds the zone, strike 2, and the count is full.
Migliaccio a little surprised on that one, too.
Once again, a big pitch coming here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Valentine in. The 3-2. Swing on, and this one's lined right up the middle for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score. It's an 2 RBI single for Migliaccio, and it is an 11-0 game in favor of the Terriers.
Man, what a hit right there from Migliaccio. That was almost like a golf swing. That was put right down in the dirt, and she lined it right through the legs of Valentine, roped it right into second base.
Scoring on the play is Anna Periden and Bayley Dunphy. Maddie Rock up to second on the play. And we're going to come out and have a chat with Vicky Valentine. As will be Kaylee Fonseca getting ready to step in. Reached on an error in the second and eventually scored. And walked in the second as well. Comes up, she is the 7th batter to come up this inning.
You can see the camaraderie between Ms. Thomas' team as you got Dunphy dancing over at second, and with Fonseca they're just having a little chat, and they're about 90 feet away between each other.
A little bit of queen action. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. So, Fonseca steps up for the 3rd time today. Here's the first offer, and that one misses high, ball 1. Terriers in control of this one, up to 11-0, and are threatening for more in this bottom half of the 3rd inning. They've played it 4 this inning. They played it 7 in the second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side, foul, and the count is even.
Fonseca, too, even though she reached on an error on her first up bat, she was part of the reason that sparked this just scoring barrage from these Terriers.
Ball and a strike. Valentine in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. Fielded by Porter. Throw to third to try to get the force out. And she's safe. But she came off the base. And they called her safe. But she overran the bag. So I'm not sure how this one works here, Moons.
Yeah, that and just looking like at the analysis side from what happened. If you are a Porter, you cannot throw a rocket from 5 feet away to Anderson. Get a little shovel pass in there so she's able to corral it instead. That was a pretty heavy throw for throwing it near the dirt for her.
So Fonseca reaches on the fielder's choice, and the bases are loaded again. 1 out still in the inning, as looks like we're going to get a pinch runner at first for Kaylee Fonseca. It'll be number 9, Lindsay Eisenhart, coming to run. So Eisenhart will be on to run. And stepping to the plate is Casey Champney. Reached on an error in the second, grounded out to third base. Bases loaded. Infield is in. And again, a big opportunity here for the Terriers to, in all essence, really just put this one away. Here's the first offering. This is high and away, ball 1.
And if you're Linden too, frustrating on the defensive side of things.
So Linden back in. Valentine, the pitch. Well, this one's lined right to Porter on a 1-hop. They're going to go home to get a force out. Can't be corralled, cannot be corralled by Knapp, and the run scores. And it's a 12-0 lead in favor of the Terriers.
Yeah, on the defensive side, Linden just not taking their time, not taking a breath to be able to hit people within the chest so they're able to have a clean field. Instead, back-to-back plays where they've thrown it in the dirt, where Anderson has tried to make a play, and now Knapp had the same thing come right towards her. And it's difficult when you're throwing a pretty fast ball deep into the dirt while trying to also get the tag.
So the bases are still loaded with Terriers. And we have a runner out there, Kayla Duhame, now out running on the base pass. She takes over at first base. So Valentine in. Here's the first offering to Giblin as she swings and grounds. This one left side in through. 1 run scores. And it's going to get by Siciliano out in left. So 2 runs are going to score on the play. And the Terriers continue to pour it on. It is 14-0.
Linden struggled over in that left field side of things today. It's about 3 or 4 errors amongst a couple individuals over on left.
So it'll be an RBI signal for Giblin. Advances second on the error. And that is going to do it for Vicky Valentine by the looks of it. In a 14-0 ball game, 1 out in this bottom half of the third. We'll step aside and be back. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Championship on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. Caitlin Haggett now in the circle, pitching for the Hornets, trying to just clean up the mess that is Terriers with a 14-0 lead. They've played 7 runs this inning to go along with the 7 runs that they had in the second. Cheyenne Simpson in. She's got 2 singles and 2 scores today. And a 1-0 count. This bottom of the third, the second offering misses high and away. Ball 2.
Terriers 2. 7 runs in back-to-back innings.
2-0. 1 out, bottom of the third. Haggett in, the pitch. This is high and inside, ball 3. Terriers have 2 on with 1 out. Haggett back in, 3-0 on the count for Simpson, the pitch. That one misses, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again for the Terriers.
If you're Lyndon, try and go for a double play. It doesn't really matter which side of things you look at. Just try and be able to close out the inning on a strong note.
So, 1 out, and we're back to the top of the order. Kelsey Courier in. Couple of singles today and an RBI. Here's the first offering. Finds the zone, strike 1.
Despite the sun being out, too, a little bit of cold breeze for these 2 teams.
Here's the 0-1 from Haggett. That one misses high and away, ball 1. And the count is even for Courier. 14-0 advantage for the Terriers, who are on a roll in this one so far. Haggett in. Here's the pitch. That one inside. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Haggett back in, waits for her sign from Claudia Knapp. Has it, sets, delivers. Going on, and this one is shallow pop up right side. Catch is made by Amber Everett. And a much needed second out of the game. Of the inning for Lyndon, and that is 2 away in this bottom of the third.
Everett, too, almost caught a double play. Had Fonseca almost sleeping over at second on that pop fly.
So Anna Periden back in for the 4th time today. A single back in the first, grounded out to shortstop in the second. And it reached on an error and eventually scored earlier on this inning. Here's the pitch. This is upside, ball 1.
Ryan not biting at that top part of the zone. However, she showed that if it's within her range that she likes outside of the zone, she'll swing right at it.
Haggett back in. 1-0. That one just misses outside, ball 2.
Ryan not falling for those high outside pitches.
Haggett, a first year from St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Looks in, has her sign. 2-0. That one misses high and away, and it's a 3-0 count. And Haggett in trouble.
If you're Haggett, you've got to put one within the box here to be able to have Ryan respect the pitch.
So Haggett back in. The 3-0. Finds the zone, strike 1. It'll be a hitter's count. Haggett just trying to get out of the inning. In damage control at the moment. 3-1. Ball 4 in the dirt, and that brings home another run. And it makes it a 15-0 ball game as Kayla Duhame comes to the plate to score.
The batting number 10, the catcher, Bayley Dunphy.
And bases loaded again as Periden walks, and that will bring up Bayley Dunphy. She's got a couple of singles, including one earlier on this inning as well. Here's the first offering from Haggett, and that one misses high, ball 1.
And I believe last time when she was up, she had 2 runners on. This is just the last person on the Thomas Terriers lineup you want with bases loaded.
Haggett back in, the pitch. That one misses high, ball 2. Haggett just trying to do anything she can to get out of this inning. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the third, the pitch. This is high, ball 3.
If Haggett's able to retire Dunphy, it'll feel good and allow her to have that clean slate going into the next inning.
So, Dunphy back in. Haggett has her side, sets the 3-0. Gets the outside half, strike 1. And it brings up a hitter's count.
Rare bunt offer by Dunphy, however. We know she's got the speed, she's got the wheels. She can make it half the time.
2 balls and a strike for Haggett. The pitch. Outside, ball 4, and another run comes home. As that brings home Simpson. No, excuse me, that brings home Giblin. So she scores on the play, and it's a 16-0 advantage on another walk from Caitlin Haggett.
Tough break right here for Haggett. And you got, so you can see the patience starting to wear out from a couple of the infielders.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter for the Terriers. It'll be Katie Splain coming in. First year from Pelham, New Hampshire, 5 of 13, 3 RBI, and a 385 average. And a walk to her resume. Here's the first offering from Haggett. Finds the zone, strike 1.
Good pitch right there from Haggett. Gotta feel good.
Haggett back in. The 0-1. That one misses high, ball 1, and the count is even. Ball to strike, 2 out, bases loaded with Terriers. And what has been a 9-run inning so far, they lead at 16-0. Here's the pitch. Well, on the ground ball, left side, it goes foul. And Haggett now in a good spot, ahead of the count, a ball with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's the best situation Haggett's seen herself in so far. Just one more pitch. Try and see if she can get her on the chase.
So a ball and 2 strikes. Haggett in. Here's the pitch. That one misses low, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haggett back in. The 2-2. Swung on, and this one's pop foul left side and out of play. And Splain stays alive. 16-0 lead for the Terriers. As 9 runs have been plated in this third. Here's the pitch. High, the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
If you're Haggett, you did have the lead in the count at one point. Now you got to stay disciplined. Put one in the zone. Try and get it by.
The 3-2 swung on and a ground ball foul left down the left field line. Splain stays alive.
I'm not sure if Haggett has the off speed in her regimen, but if she does, that could be something that would help her out right here.
So that'll send Splain back in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Haggett on. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike number 3, and that retires the side. Thomas with 9 runs in the third. They have a 16-0 lead. We enter the top of the 4th. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back from the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. It is all Terriers in game number 1 of the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament. Alongside Alex Moody and Ethan Snow, we have a number of changes in the field for the Terriers. Jordan Devine still in the circle, as it will be Blake Southworth leading things off. Strikeout swinging in the first. As we try to get all the changes figured out here. Rock remains in the game at shortstop. Kelsey Courier still over at third. Champney is up first. Looks like Lindsay Eisenhart now over at second base. So Eisenhart is still takes over at second. As we're ready to go, Southworth in. The first offer from Devine, swung on a miss for strike number 1. Canton and Casanova on deck as they will have first pitch at about noontime. Just a little under an hour from now. Ball and 2 strikes for Southworth. The pitch. Well on, and this one's popped left side. Courier's under it. She makes the grab, and that's one retired in the top of the 4th.
Little blooper right there. Courier just routine out over at third for.
Sierra Anderson to the plate. Lined out to shortstop back in the first inning. Anderson in. Trying to spark any sort of rally here for the Hornets. Here's the first offer from Devine. Misses high and away, ball 1. Claudia Knapp also due up this inning. Devine in. The pitch. Swung on, and this one is fouled off the catcher's mask. And there will be a ball and a strike.
Anderson, too. We were mentioning it out in the first. If that ball went over Maddie Rock, momentum could have helped this Lyndon prevent any of that scoring barrage from the Terriers.
1-1 bounce on the dirt outside. 2 balls and a strike. Anderson in. The 2-1. Gets the outside half, and the counter's even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. Top of the 4th, 1 out, nobody on. The pitch. High, the count is full for Sierra Anderson. Anderson back in. Devine has her sign, sets. The 3-2. Swung on a miss for strike number 3, and Devine wins this battle, and that is 2 up and 2 down for the Hornets. 2 out in the top of the 4th.
Devine has been taking care of business behind the mound today for these Terriers.
Claudia Knapp to the plate. Ground out to shortstop in the second inning is her day so far. Here's the first offer from Devine. Misses high, ball 1. Knapp, a first year from Howell, New Jersey. Doing the catching today for the Hornets as she swings and misses at the second offer, and the count is even, a ball and a strike.
Devine being a little tricky right there on a few of those pitches.
The pitch. This one's swung on and popped up. This is going to go behind the press box. Ball and 2 strikes on the count for Knapp. The pitch. And Knapp holds up, and the count will be even. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Knapp staying disciplined, not chasing high in the zone.
Knapp back in. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch. Swung on, and this is going to be popped left side. It might stay in play for Courier, and it does. And the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down for the Hornets. 16-0 is the lead for Thomas. We head to the bottom half of the 4th. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. From the O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University, bottom of the fourth inning, the Terriers coming up to the plate in game number 1 of the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament. Alongside Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow. Coming in to bat. As it'll be number 26, Riley Yeager, leading things off for this bottom half of the fourth inning. As the last 2 times the Terriers have come up to bat, it has just been an entourage of runs. 7 runs in the second, 9 runs in the third. And looking for more in this bottom half of the fourth inning. As it'll be the Hornets coming up at the top of the fifth. They will need to play at least 8 runs to keep the game, to extend the game into the bottom of the fifth. Caitlin Haggett in the circle. She fires strike 1 to Yeager. We're underway in the bottom half of the fourth.
Haggett, good pitch right there, dropping it right in the zone.
It'll be the 5, 6, 7 spots due up this inning. Second offering misses high and away, ball 1. It'll be a NAC West Division matchup in game number 2 between the 3-seeded Wildcats of Cazenovia and the 6-seeded SUNY Canton Roos. Here's the 1-1, swung on and missed for strike 2.
Haggett getting a clean slate in this bottom of the fourth. We'll see if it does her any favors.
And of course, the winner of this game advances to play Husson in game number 3 of the day. That'll be around 2 o'clock this afternoon as the 1-2 is inside. County's even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, the final game of the day will feature the SUNY Cobleskill Fighting Tigers and the winner of Cazenovia and Canton. Here's the 2-2 from Haggett, way outside, and the count is full. And then tomorrow, it'll be a 5-game slate starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So a full weekend of softball for you on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. It all comes down to Sunday's championship day, where a conference champion will be crowned as Yeager takes ball 4 on the full count, and Terriers have the leadoff base runner on.
If you're Haggett, I think Yeager only swung 1 time in the total of those 6 pitches. You've got to be willing to be able to put it inside the zone.
Lindsay Eisenhart comes to the plate now. First year from Portland, Maine, attended Greeley High School. Here's the first offer from Haggett. This is outside, ball 1. First at-bat of the day for Eisenhart. Haggett waits for her sign, sets the 1-0. Swing on, a foul tip. It'll be strike 1.
Good attack right there from Eisenhower.
So Eisenhart, ball to strike, 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. The pitch. High and away, ball 2.
That one getting away from Haggett a little bit. Having a hard time throwing that regime of pitches.
Ball, 2 balls and a strike. Haggett back in. Shakes off 1 sign. Has her second. The 2-1. Well, a soft ground ball right side picked up by Haggett. Underhand toss to first in time. And that is 1 away in the bottom half of the 4th inning. It'll move Yeager to second, but it will be 1 retired.
Good job right there from Haggett. Taking a breath. We saw in the last inning a lot of times on those short little plays where you can have an underhand shovel pass. They're just sending bullets. Haggett says, hey, taking a breather. Push it over into first.
Casey Champney to the plate. Champney, an error to score in the second. And an RBI fielder's choice last inning in the third as Haggett fires ball 1 in the dirt to Champney. Casey Champney starting at first base today. Haggett looks in. The 1-0. Well, and a ground ball left side fielded by Porter. She runs the runner back to second. Throw first, not in time. Here's the throw down to third, and they got her in time. And that'll be 2 retired in this bottom half of the 4th on a good play made by the Hornets defense.
Yeah, right there. That's got to feel good if you're Fortin and Anderson. They get the throw over to Fortin. Fortin's not able to get the force out at first. Fortin has a heads-up play, sends a frozen rope over to Anderson on third. Anderson gets it down. She missed one tag earlier. She didn't miss that one right there.
So with 2 outs, it'll be fired strike number 1. That to number 15, Audra Bean, batting in the 8 spot for the Terriers as a pinch hitter. As she swings and says this one pretty well in the left field. Siciliano can't make the grab out there. And it's going to put runners on second and third as Champney stops at third base. And the Terriers have 2 on with 2 out in this bottom half of the 4th.
That was a good club right there from Champney. Just pushes it all the way over in the left field. I believe that's the 4th E7 for the for the Hornets on the day.
And it is the 9th error of the of the morning for the Hornets. As that will send the number 9 hitter to the plate for the Terriers. Here's the first offer from Haggett. Finds the zone, strike 1. It'll be number 19, Bree Figueroa from Lowell, Mass., a junior. Second offer, it's one on a ground ball left side, fielded by Anderson. Throw on to first in time, and that retires the side. Terriers leave a couple stranded. They have a 16-0 lead. Last chance is coming up for Lyndon. You're watching the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Top of the 5th inning from O'Keefe Field on the campus of Husson University. Terriers have a 16-0 lead for game number 1 of this 2022 conference softball tournament. It'll be Bree Figueroa heading out to left field for the Terriers. Jordan Devine still in the circle for the Terriers, looking to record the final 3 outs of this one. As to the plate, it will be Selena Porter. Fares the first offer. He misses outside, ball 1. It'll be Porter, Vicky B. Porter, Haggett, and Fortin all due up. As she swings and pops this one up center of the infield. Coming in to make the grab is number 25, Theresa Mclinden. That's 1 away in this top half of the 5th. As it'll be Caitlin Haggett to the plate for the first time today. Here's the first offering from Devine. Finds the zone, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. This one's pop left side, right side foul. And Haggett is quickly down 0-2.
Haggett, too. She did a good job on the defensive side of things over on the mound.
The 0-2 high, and that'll be a ball and 2 strikes on the count. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on the pitch. Finds the zone, strike 3 called to Haggett. And that's 2 away in this top of the 5th inning, and the Hornets down to their final out.
Devine has been superb on the mound today. She's had a couple of scares very early on in the first, but she's had a lot of help on her offensive side of things from her teammates.
Ryan Fortin in, represents the last chance for the Hornets as she swings and fouls this one over the press box, strike 1. Terriers an out away from advancing to play Husson at 2 o'clock later on this afternoon. About 2.5 hours from now, here's the 0-1. Finds the zone, strike 2, and Fortin down to her final strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Devine in. The 0-2. On a ground ball right back up the middle. Fielded on the run by Eisenhardt. Here's the throw to first. Not in time, but it was a great effort made by Casey Champney on the stretch. And Fortin is on with 2 out in this top of the 5th.
Champney just did a full-on split over at first. That is an impressive stretch right there.
Very impressive from Champney. Just not quite in time as Lauren Siciliano steps to the plate. She takes ball 1 on the outside half. Here's the 1-0. That one misses high and away, ball 2. Little bit of life from this Hornets offense for the first time since the first inning. Devine in, the 2-0. Swing on and miss for strike 1. It'll be a 2 balls and a strike. Swung on and lifted to right field, and that one is down for a base hit. Fortin is going to be held up at third. Siciliano is on with a 2-out base hit. And just like that, the Hornets have runners on the corners with 2 outs. So that in a good spot now for the Terriers, as it'll be Samantha Valentine coming to the plate. She replaced Jordan Adams in left field a couple of innings ago. The pitch. That one. High ball 1. Taking off for second base is Siciliano. It'll be a stolen base for her. Now that'll be put up 2 in scoring position with 2 outs for Valentine. The 1-0. Swung on a pop to the backstop. Counters even, a ball and a strike.
Oh, Lyndon showing a lot of signs of life.
The 1-1 is popped middle of the infield. Calling him off is Courier. She's got the grab, and that's the ball game. The Thomas College Terriers take game number 1 of the 2022 North Atlantic Conference softball tournament. 16-0 the final. As that is, what a way to open up this conference tournament for the Terriers.
Yeah, no, they showed and put the rest of the teams on notice on what kind of offense they're capable of, and they just came in here and stole away the win from Lyndon.
So that will do it for game number 1. The Terriers advance to this afternoon to play the Eagles. That'll be approximately a 2 o'clock start. Lyndon drops into the losers bracket, and they will play tomorrow. And they will play tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. They will take on the loser of game number 4, which will be tonight. It'll be Cobleskill in the winner of Casanova and Canton. That is going to wrap it up for game number 1. But don't go anywhere. We got plenty of softball on the docket for you this afternoon. From Alex Mooney, I'm Ethan Snow. This is the 2022 North Atlantic Conference Softball Tournament on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.